You are going to do exactly what they say, okay?
She's right. Listen to me. If you have to talk to the cops, there's only 7 words you need to know. Yes, sir. No, sir. And thank you, sir.
Exactly. You make sure you live to fight your case in court. You hear me?
No, Mama! Enough! Wake up! Let's say they listen to the cops and get in the car. Look what happened to Freddie Gray.
Yeah, what if they make it all the way to the station?
Mm-hmm.
You remember Sandra Bland?
And let's say they do make it to trial. You see where that gets us? Don't you get it, Bo? The system is rigged against us.
Maybe it is, Dre. But I don't want to feel like my kids are living in a world that is so flawed that they can't have any hope.
Oh, so you want to talk about hope, Bo? Obama ran on hope. Remember when he got elected? And we felt like maybe, just maybe, we got out of that bad place and made it to a good place. That the whole country was really ready to turn the corner. You remember that amazing feeling we had during the inauguration? I was sitting right next to you. And we were so proud. And we saw him get out of that limo and walk alongside of it and wave to that crowd. Tell me you weren't terrified when you saw that. Tell me you weren't worried that someone was going to snatch that hope away from us like they always do. That is the real world, Bo. And our children need to know that that's the world that they live in.
That's deep.
So let's watch it. Let's see what they're going to say next.
I gotta say, that was very, very deep. The best episode I've seen from Blackish to this day. Besides the humor, this right here hit home for me. Because 8 years ago, when Barack Obama was elected the first black president of the United States of America, I was overwhelmed too, filled with hope and joy, feeling like we are finally overcoming. But then when I saw him and his wife get out of the limo, I was on edge. I ain't gonna lie, I really was, because that reminded me of John F. Kennedy when he and his wife were driving down the street to welcome all his friends and families and let them know that he's going to make change, everything's going to be positive, until the tragic day he was assassinated with a bullet into the head. That right there shook the whole nation world. And when I saw the Obamas get out of that car, I felt the same thing. I felt like, oh Lord, please watch over them, because I don't want nothing bad to happen to the Obamas, because this is our time to shine. Because every time we lean on hope into an individual and we focus our energy onto that thing, it's taken away from us, just like that. Same thing happened with Martin Luther King. Same thing happened to Malcolm X. The same thing happened to John F. Kennedy. Same thing happened to his brother Robert Kennedy. And any leader before them that had suffered the same tragedy, all because of hope. Goes all the way back to the biblical times when Jesus was betrayed and he was crucified against his own peers by the Pontius Pilate. And all the hope was drained from us, and all we felt was hatred, injustice. And this is something that is bigger than all of us. It's something that we need to take seriously. Change doesn't start with just a leader. Change doesn't start with just a riot. Change does not start when we feel that the only way we get back at people is by fighting fire with fire. No. It starts with us. It starts when we say to ourselves, do we want better or do we want no? It's like, do we want better or do we want nothing? It's a choice. And that's something right there that needs to be addressed. I just want to let you guys know that this show right here is drawing me much closer to the feeling that it's starting to let us, teach us that besides the humor and besides the adrenaline, it's what the message is all about. That's what everything's about. It's a message. Whether we understand it from humor, whether we understand it from drama, or we understand it from a real life circumstance, it's all about the message. And I gotta give Tracy Ellis Ross and Anthony Anderson some props because this was a deep emotional chill right here. I mean, I was on the edge because what Anthony Anderson was telling Bo was the truth. The children, has to know what's going on because you can't hide things from children anymore because the technology is so advanced. I mean, you can't keep nothing from people anymore. I mean, I remember growing up, it was easy for parents because technology wasn't so advanced and all we had was books and stuff, and technology, cell phone wasn't even there. But now everything's out in the open, so you have to be more addressing. That's what Anthony Anderson I liked about it. He said we have to be more addressed to our kids. We can't just keep them in Disney World because that's not how the world works. You gotta show them how the world really is, so they'll teach them how to survive and how to understand it. And that right there is the message that the show has brought. I mean, this was so deep that I even had to watch it over again to understand what point blank what he's saying because change is something that we need to start doing. And we can't do it through riots, destroying our own cities, causing fire, hatred, all this reality shows, all this stuff. That's not how we start change. We start change by looking ourselves in the mirror. Michael Jackson said it best. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make the change. And that's where it starts. We have to change within ourselves before we can change the world. We got to change how we see things. We got to change how we believe in things. And we got to change how we know things. So I'm going to advise all of you guys to take a look at this episode and give me what your thoughts about it because I know some of you have a lot to talk about. So I'm all open ears. But I'm just going to say that this episode was the best one I've seen so far. It was deep. Beside the humor, it was just overwhelming. And I'm glad that I got a chance to watch it. And I'm glad that I'm talking to you right now to tell you about it because it's something that we all need to address. So let me know what you think at the bottom. Take care.